Wow, Mum looks like she found an alien. Considerate Billy doesn't want her embarrassed. Annie doesn't want her to get sick. The thoughtful Billy proactively asks to meet Jack. He knows what's up. Mom doesn't want me to hold a grudge against Dad, otherwise she wouldn't be talking him up. Although Annie texted Jack while she was pregnant, she didn't mention the pregnancy. Worried about issues, little brother became a messenger for the family reunion. Jack asked his daughter about the gift. Her answer was simple. It's huge, which clearly conveyed her dislike. Upon hearing Billy's remark, the three displayed varying expressions, whereas Annie softly corrected her daughter's impolite behavior. Uncle thought she was right. Jack wasn't even mad, but blushed like a superhero caught in a lie. Dinner wrapped up quickly, and Billy suggested Jack come upstairs to see his little bunny. Annie was a bit worried at first. The two went upstairs. Jack first saw his daughter's room, walls adorned with Billy's photos aged 1:07, the time he missed. Thinking about all this, Jack felt guilty like he forgot July's birthday. He picked up a bunny and sat by the window. The little girl didn't complain about his 8-year disappearance. They weren't close. She was smart enough. Mom wishes she gets along with Dad, so when his daughter suggested it, Jack happily agreed. Before leaving, Annie returned the gift he brought, and Jack reluctantly accepted it while mentioning he'd pick up their daughter from school. Annie, whose face was as blank as a paper, instantly changed expressions. This is moving way too fast. You left for 8 years and now want to pick up our daughter from school. Anna's objection doesn't mean she doesn't want Jack to meet their daughter. She just thinks it's too fast. She's not ready to let a man who dodged responsibility for 8 years hang out solo with their daughter. Who knows if he's even the same guy she knew all those years ago. It seems like he sensed Anna's hesitation. Jack confessed it was his daughter's request, and he wanted to have a chance. Seeing she was still hesitating, Jack even knelt down to plead. In the end, she agreed to let him pick up their daughter. The next day, they met at the school gate. Jack took the child's safety seat from Anna's hands. At this moment, his phone rang. It was the team staff calling. He decisively hung up. Annie caught a detail. Did you always have the same phone since you were a kid? Jack stuttered at first, then lied, saying the phone was just a communication tool. It comes with a camera, which I really like about this phone. Annie knew there had to be another reason. She couldn't believe Jack would like this outdated phone. Seeing he had no intention to divulge, Annie dropped the subject. Little did she know. Jack became a big star, but still used this ancient phone, and it was deeply connected to her. This seemingly unremarkable phone contained messages from Annie from 8 years ago. Over the years, he listened to them nearly 1,000 times. Once, the phone broke down. Jack even went to the extent of spending a fortune to repair it, as if hearing Anna's voice had become an indispensable part of his daily routine. But out of fear, he never dared to respond to her messages until many years later. Jack barged back into her life precisely at the moment of picking up her daughter from school, but she never anticipated that even though Jack was filled with puzzlement, why in her mind supercars meant danger, she still decided to call Dad. Clearly, Jack's departure left a deep mark. She didn't save Dad's number. With Grandpa as mediator, Billy's relationship with his father wasn't strange anymore. The 8 eyes screamed together and explored music, and discovered Billy has a talent for it. Even though they didn't want to part, Jack still returned his daughter home on time. Seeing this, Annie was a bit shocked. Why did they become so close in such a short time? Without Annie asking, she got the hint from Jack's words. It turns out Jack promised to buy a guitar tomorrow. She immediately put 2 and 2 together. Though she said nothing would happen with Jack, with a daughter, they'd have frequent interactions. To spend quality time with Annie and her daughter, Jack decided to call his agent once again to request a leave. this time completely putting work out of his mind. Being in the company of his family made his smile broaden more than ever before. Tilling the overgrown land with his dad, soon Annie and the daughter joined in. The joyful atmosphere was evident. They often went out together like a normal family of three. Anna's deep-seated resentment gradually began to fade away unnoticed. One night, Billy asked Annie a question she had been pondering for a while. Annie sat by the window eagerly awaiting the answer. Then Jack started to recount in detail his past experiences when he was merely a singer performing at a bar. A month ago I was dressed like a clown, but now I've transformed into a pop star. If you love our videos, don't forget to subscribe. Let's sail together in this ocean of stories.